Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I know everybody is in here saying happy Friday. There we go. Glad to have the week about over. I know, like Xbox says, TGIF. Weekend's around the corner. One more workday for them. There you go, Xbox. Almost there. And then you can have that nice break. But so far today, guys, I'm really still eyeing up Costco stock. They dropped a lot last night because of earnings, so I'm watching that one extremely closely this morning, along with the SPY, and of course a lot of other stocks, but mainly I'm really looking at Costco to see if they can come back or not. Look at the way Nvidia is moving up today. They're kind of recovering back up, which is kind of interesting. See, this is what happens here. All the way up with Nvidia, 125, right up into resistance. Let's go see AMD today. Yeah, looking pretty hot there so far. Honestly, not bad moves out of the two chip stocks so far, but oh, yeah, I know there's not a lot of stocks in the actual green, though. Maybe Adobe. Yeah, they're in the green just slightly. Fubo's up like 5%, which is actually pretty good. We'll take that. Is DraftKings isn't coming back either. Meta's kind of holding up at like 140 to 141 today, I thought, which was interesting. But overall, I'm just not liking a lot of the movement in the stock market. The energy sector was terrible. Mike put this in his morning statement for everybody in the premium channels who looks at the swings. That's actually pretty bad today. The energy stocks are seriously tumbling down. CCJ is down. ZOM, Oxy, I mean, you name it, those stocks are starting to come back down now, which is not good. Oh man, like Mike says, when Tom cuts the stream short, the market tumbles. That is funny, Mike. I wish we had that much of an influence. Xbox says poor Tesla. Wow, yeah, they had a pretty bad gap down and zero recovery back up this morning either. Like zero recovery. Not good at all. Wow. That is a bad move down, guys. I mean, just everything gapped down today in just a major way. I think Costco really set the tone last night for the gap down. Let me know if you guys see anything else in the news or anything like that that you think might be moving the markets. As far as stuff that I saw this morning that might move us, I saw a lot of this stuff with Putin and a nuclear risk. I thought that was bad. What else do I see on here? Costco was obviously not good. I know I saw something earlier where the 10-year yield was at a 15-year high or something like that. Oh, wow. Here's one that's saying the 10-year treasury tops out a 15% high. Wow. There we go. 2-year treasury. They must have changed the headline. They were saying 10 years for a little while, but yeah, I clicked the headline. It says 2-year treasury. But before I clicked on it, it said, now they took it away. That makes me upset. Before I clicked on it, it said 10-year yield. So there we go. Now they have it back up on the headline. They're always changing their headlines, so sometimes it can get a little bit confusing, but it's kind of what's going on with the yields today. Let's actually go look at TNX. Yeah, it popped up and then fell back down. Definitely ran up to a new high, though, before running back down here. That is insane. Yeah, that's from this morning at 7. Yeah, it's just been moving down this whole morning so far. That's weird, though, that it gapped up and then started moving down even more. Mike Chang says, how was Costco's earnings last night? I thought that they were good, but they're down. Yeah, see, that's the issue. It's not like they had negative earnings or anything like that. The market really took it in a negative way. Let's go see if we can eye up those earnings a little bit more. Wow, they said that they have no immediate plans to raise membership prices, but said that it would happen at some point. I would bet that they'd be doing a lot better if they would have announced those membership plan raises, but it's not coming yet apparently. So like you said, they had good numbers, but I'm not seeing anything overly positive about it. Like, they did have good numbers last quarter, but I would guess that it's something with their outlook. And Costco earnings is underwhelming. Why it's time to buy the dip. You know, I wish that they wouldn't make me log in for this. Like, that is so annoying. Like, I click sign in, it don't even let me do. Oh, I actually am signed in. Huh. Just won't let me watch it then. Costco raised the risk of recession. That's not good. Wow. I know that they didn't do very, very well, even if they beat slightly. Let's go look on here and get the exact EPS numbers, and then maybe go try to find the guidance. So, yeah, EPS came in right at the expectation, just ever so slightly above estimates. That is actually pretty good to see revenue coming in, 1.2 billion higher. That's actually pretty decent, like you said, but yeah, it's just not good news for them. They obviously moved down. I think it's because of that membership stuff, in my opinion. I think that's probably the biggest reason why. But we need to find a good article that's actually showing a lot of the issues with them here. Here we go. Every time I try to read it, that is so annoying. Yeah, I mean, sales are looking pretty good. It sounds decent. How's CANO today? Cano Health? Ooh, actually not looking too bad. I don't want to stay on Costco too long, but I'm just trying to find a good article kind of showing where there's some issues here, because these articles make it sound so good. Like, they make it sound amazing, but then obviously the stock's down a lot. So we have to find something here. All right, here we go. Better than expected earnings. Same store sales were up 13.7%. Come on, that actually sounds pretty good. Membership revenues were up. Gross margins narrowed by around 80 basis points to 10.18%. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything overly bad about it. The main issue I'm seeing with Costco is just that it looks like they pretty much have been saying that inflation's going up and that it's hitting consumers pretty hard. In my opinion, I would guess that would hurt them on their forecasts. In my opinion, so I was really trying to find something with Costco's guidance, but I wasn't really able to find too much right there. I do see that a lot of people are down. Well, they're not downgrading Costco right now, but they're lowering their overall price targets, which isn't good. This morning, I'm seeing like 2 or 3 or 4 like big companies like Goldman, Truist, Loop Capital, Evercore. They're all adjusting Costco's target down this morning, so that's not good. I'm seeing a lot of people adjust it down like to 550 from 600, down to like 548 from 570, and things like that. Wow, look at Costco's chart, guys. This was like a perfect head and shoulders pattern for any of my technical guys out there. Yeah, any of my technical traders out there, this was perfect almost. Wow, we got to mark that. That is almost a perfect head and shoulders pattern. If we would have seen that rejection right there, I wish I would have seen that on the chart at the time. That would have been pretty good entry. Wow. Bad drop down though, 475. As far as supports coming up, there's a big support at 470 on Costco. So who knows? Maybe it'll hold there over the next, couple weeks. That might not be too bad. I'm really thinking right now that a lot of Costco going green has to do with consumer sentiment. So right now, consumers are obviously getting hit pretty hard. I feel like that's probably why Costco's down mainly. But Xbox says WWE is made of entertainment and it sells. Keisha says, how is WWE still green? What is that thing made of? Yeah, it was green for a minute. It did still end up falling, but wow, what a crazy chart for WWE. Huh. I didn't even know these guys had a stock. I used to love the WWE back in the day. When I was in the 3rd grade, all I did was watch the WWE. My life revolved around Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. I'm not kidding you. I used to be like all hyped for John Cena and oh, I can't believe we're even talking about WWE right now. I really can't. Oh, that is funny. Talking about WWE, what a crazy trend line here on the chart. Let's duplicate it and see if we can take it parallel here. Let's clone it. Can we take you parallel? Oh, we can. Guys, there is a good parallel channel going on with the WWE. Watch this channel closely. Wow, all my technical traders out here should be like jumping up and down with joy right now. This is insane. Look at that nice channel there. Xbox says, I remember when it was Thursday night SmackDown. Xbox, I think that they changed it to Thursday night SmackDown now, or maybe it's still Friday. I don't even know what's going on with that anymore. I'll be honest, I have not watched that in so long. It's been forever since I've watched that. But yeah. Thursday night SmackDown. That I know it's such a weird they came up with such weird names like Monday Night Raw. Like Monday Night Raw, like sounds like something you do with like your girlfriend or something. It sounds pretty provocative, doesn't it? Like it sounds pretty crazy. Oh man. Bill says my nephew fought in the WEC and UFC. Yeah, that's awesome, Bill. That is great. The WEC and UFC. I've actually heard of both of those. I know, well, the UFC, of course, but WEC is actually one that's a little bit smaller, but the UFC is really big, Bill. That is really awesome that he fought in there. I hope that he did pretty well, but I don't see anything too crazy with the UFC nowadays, Bill. Let me know how he did and what was his record and all that. That actually sounds really awesome, Bill. I've been hearing a lot of reports, though, that a lot of the poor UFC fighters, they hardly get paid anything and stuff, which sucks, but that'd still be amazing to do. Honestly, seriously. Sounds awesome. I wish I could be in the UFC. The good old UFC. UFC is pretty good. I can't believe how much I hear some of them made. Like, some of the big fighters I saw made only like $10,000 a fight. I feel like those fights bring in way more than that. Mike Chang says WWE was great till they bought out all their competition. Is that right, Mike? I know there used to be a lot of stuff on like Total Nonstop Action, and that's awesome. But I don't know about them buying out everybody, but interesting. Very interesting. What an interesting stock today to bring up. Let's go back to that SPY, though, because it was actually momentarily breaking down right there. Bill says he was the first bantamweight champ in the WEC. That's actually a pretty good accomplishment. Honestly. That is a really good thing. Yeah, that's huge, Bill. First bantamweight champion. I don't know how big that is, but I mean, it sounds like an amazing accomplishment, honestly. Did he get it stripped from him? Like, did he get it taken back away eventually? That's really awesome. What was the ticker for the UFC? Here, let's find this. There is a stock ticker for the UFC. Endeavor is what it is. Endeavor. But what's the ticker? EDR will be the ticker. EDR. So this is technically the UFC stock. Wow, this is looking bad, guys. Uh-oh. Yeah, Endeavor Media is not looking too hot here. That's a terrible drop. Wow. I was not expecting that. I thought they'd be a lot higher, actually. Of course, if you guys are new here or if you're having a good time, don't forget to smash that like button. Let's go here. Bill W says he lost his title and then fought Uriah Faber later for the UFC title. Wow, that guy is huge, Bill. Isn't that the guy on like one of those UFC shows? I think, yeah, he was like on one of these UFC shows. I just looked him up. I don't remember what the show was exactly, but I remember he was like on the show like with McGregor or with one of those bigger fighters on there, which is really cool to see. So that's crazy. He fought that guy. Wow. That guy is nuts. Faber. That's pretty good, Bill. Is your nephew's name Wineland? I think I found it. Xbox says he means WCW and ECW. Oh, okay. Okay. WCW. That makes sense. That makes sense. I've heard of the WCW. Let's see. I knew there were a couple of those smaller ones. What else is there? I used to watch. Ooh, sorry guys, got a yawn there. I used to watch TNA wrestling or Impact or Total Nonstop Action. I think they changed their name now to Impact, but I know a lot of people watch that AEW, All Elite, and then the WWE, of course. Do you guys remember that older thing that used to go on called like the Pride Fights of Japan? Do you guys remember the Pride Fights? In those fights, it was so cool because it was like a 100 or 200 man tournament and the last man standing won. And it would be nuts. Sometimes you'd have like, you know, a small, quick, agile guy against like some super fat, like sumo wrestler type guy. And, you know, like it was such a funny tournament because like you'd have these crazy matchups and it was insane. Like apparently you were half nuts to even enter in the tournament. But, yeah, those tournaments were awesome. WFC, Wells Fargo. Man, these banks are getting destroyed today, guys. This is terrible news. Hey, thanks SMs. They're saying how is Apple looking? Yeah, good morning SM. This is Tom though, unless you're saying happy to Mike Chang in there. How is Apple looking? AAPL. It's actually not looking too good in my opinion. Looks like we're gonna probably end up falling back down and having a bit of a drop lower, actually. Ooh, that's not good to see. Yeah, this is not good with Apple, guys. Looks terrible. This looks terrible. Wow. Yeah, I would say it looks pretty bad, SM. We might see a big drop down below. Like 149.80. If we fall down below there, I think you could see a big drop down. Whoever this guy says, 7th year cycle. I have no idea what you mean with that, but I have no idea what whatever that word is. 7th year cycle. What is that? Let's see if Microsoft can fall lower. Nope. Nvidia. Man, a lot of these stocks like Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, they all popped up this morning at open. Now they're kind of getting rejected back off to the downside again. Is energy... Oh, energy still falling. Dang, CCJ. Wow. Wow, that's brutal. Man, Oxy, big drop down. Wow. Dang, Oxy, 6% today. That is a terrible move. CCJ is down like 6% too. Wow. CCJ almost had a perfect double top on the daily chart, guys. Almost perfect. Like, there we go. Almost perfect. How about CVX? Chevron. Yeah, they had a big rejection up here too at like 165.25. Dang, that's too bad. These oil plays are seriously getting rejected. Those are some terrible drops to the downside. I wonder if consumers are going to start trying to like spend less on traveling, like for gas. I could see that happening. Be a pretty good possibility. But yeah, just let me know what stocks you guys want me to see today. There's a lot of momentum. Hopefully we can find some good stuff here. Like ChargePoint. A lot of momentum to the downside here. This morning, seriously falling lower. Like that is just, man. Come on. I hate how these stocks keep gapping down in the like pre-market and after hours too. It makes it harder to get a good entry. Ooh. I'm watching CCL. Simp asked me about this morning in Discord, and I feel like if CCL pops back up to like 940 or 950, and it like retests one of these upper levels, might not be a bad put entry right there. That way you're not getting in too low. You're getting getting in if we do have that nice intraday pop back. So I feel like that could be actually a pretty good way to go. Keisha says he's sleepy today. No, I'm actually not at all. I don't know what it is. I feel like something that's crazy is like when I'm talking, I feel like that like as I'm talking, will like it kind of like makes the yawn happen. It's very weird, Keisha. I don't get it. Sometimes I'll yawn like 5 times plus during the live stream. I have no idea how it even happens that much. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe like talking with like all the air coming out, or I don't know, but that's funny. SM fan says, "Hi Mike, Apple volume up or down? Do you think?" SM, it's Tom today. It hasn't been Mike on the stream in probably 2 or 3 months, but I'll do you with the Apple 100% though. Glad to see you back in here, SM. I missed you actually for a couple days. You can call me Mike as much as you want. Mike's always Mike is always, it's so funny because Mike is always laughing. He's always like, "Man, how do these guys get us confused so much?" And I'm like, I have no idea, but it's funny. Sometimes we'll get guys in Discord, they'll straight up at me. They'll like at Tom and be like, "Mike, how's this?" And I'm like, "You just added me." Like my name's right there. But I feel like Apple will do pretty good today, SM. As far as volume goes, I feel like more volume could come in today, but I feel like it is kind of like we're getting to the end of the week. I feel like people might start to get a little bit tired of the market falling and maybe like, you know, clock out early today or something, but I hope that's not the case. As far as Apple's levels though, I feel like this morning we're sitting like right at 150 even, which is, in my opinion, that's a pretty damn big level. 150 right on the dot. So we'll have to see if we can find like a drop down below 150. Watch for that, Apple. You know, I think that that's something to do pretty well here with Apple. So if we're dropping down, you know, we need to see a big break below 150 because that's a pretty big support here today. And honestly, 150 is a humongous intraday level. And just a big psychological level in general too. That could be pretty big. SM says, like I said, Mike is your brother. There we go, SM. I'll take it. Said, SPY levels, please. 100%. Let's go check them out. Let's go check them out today. So SPY is getting back down to those levels from back in June, which is pretty rough. I know we had that nice uptrend going on, and now we are just continuously falling lower and testing some pretty major lower levels here. Today, I thought it was pretty bad that we're now breaking below 368.50. I thought that was a pretty decent support from back in the day. But I will say the gap down this morning below like 372 to me is even worse. That gap down to me just shows that we might continue just sliding off. So yeah, I still think bad movement is still going to happen here. I think SPY could probably come down and retest 364.50 at some point. And it looks like today, I mean, we're continually breaking lower, breaking under that 369 level now. So definitely not good. Not what you want to see. And in my opinion, I think that we'll see more movement to the downside here, SM. Yeah, pretty bad levels on the SPY, actually. 369. I hate to see that break last night below 370. That was terrible. I talked about that level a lot, actually, on last night's video. So pretty bad to see it drop down below there. And Jack B says, Roblox, RBLX. Dang, yeah, that thing just keeps dying off too, day by day by day. Wow, I know on the daily, yeah, they are breaking below some key supports as well. Poor Roblox. Man, I wish they could do a lot better. That's too bad. That's a terrible drop. Too bad. Mike Chang says, I can't wait. I'll pick up more Amazon and Google. Under 100. Nice. There we go. I'm looking to kind of grab Amazon down around or under 100 as well, Mike. I think that'll be a good pickup at some point. Even if they go even lower, I think it'll be good. Keisha says, well, actually, you know, yawning is a mechanism that your body uses to get more oxygen to the brain. So when you yawn, it's your body trying to get more oxygen. Wow, that's actually a really good thing to know, Keisha. And that actually explains why I yawn so much on the live stream, because sometimes I feel like I'm just talking nonstop. I will say, guys, sometimes after the live stream, my head feels so weird for like 5 minutes, probably because of the lack of oxygen, but now you're going to have me sitting here taking like extra breathers. Oh, that's funny. Drake says they have Tesla at 272. Tesla at 272. Any others? Let's see. Any good levels? Let's see. Yeah, I think that 272 support's pretty good there on Tesla. I'm glad you're eyeing that up. In the short term, I think if we break below 272, we'll probably end up coming down, retesting like 266, and then probably moving down even lower than that. So, yeah, I could see some crazy stuff going on there. Those are some pretty crazy moves. Yeah, that is not what you want to see, though. That's a big drop down. Down below like 274.80. I mean, oof. Xbox says make sure you drink plenty of water during the streams too. Yeah, I usually do always have a water here to the side. I'm definitely usually always having some water, which is good. That is one thing I really try to do a lot is drink enough water. I think that's very important actually for a lot of people out there is I think you need to get a lot of water. We don't need you passing out, Keisha says. That is funny, Keisha. If I passed out from talking too much, that would be honestly kind of funny. I actually have a very weird thing where I pass out a lot. Like I could pass out fairly easily. Like I mean like to the point of like it's weird medical stuff that makes me pass out too. Like I can see blood, I can do all of that. The issue is when it's done to me, like whenever something happens to me medically, I can't deal with it. Like so I'll like for example, if I get like a shot, I'm okay. But if it's like a shot with like numbing stuff in it or something, I'll be passed out real quick. If I have like an arm issue, like for example at baseball, I used to throw all the time and my arm would hurt really bad because I tore my arm up. Tore it up. Like I need to get surgery or something, but I just don't go get it. And I like my right arm is just torn to shreds. And I remember I used to pass out sometimes just thinking about having to get surgery. It would just like make me pass out, which is funny. Xbox says, "Didn't you catch the wordplay? Make sure you drink plenty of water too during the streams." Oh, I see. Hey, there's always plenty of water when you're in a stream, right? That's funny. I wish I could catch some fish in the streams. Oh, man, I'm not gonna lie. A nice fish sounds really, really good right now for like dinner or for lunch or something. Wow, you guys are tempting me to go out and get like some nice fish now. You got me thinking about fish. Maybe I'll go fishing for a bass. Who knows? Maybe I'll catch a bass and do a catch and cook. No, I'm just joking. I'd probably pass out trying to skin the thing. I'm a bit of a wussy when it comes to skinning the fish. I'll catch the fish quite well, but I can't skin them too well yet. Hey, SM, great question. Where is a free website to see insider buying and selling and also dark pool data? Thanks for sharing. Let me actually look it up because I cannot remember the exact name. Let's see. What do you say again? Oh yeah, insider alerts. Here we go. Dark pool data website. I forgot the exact name, but I know that there's a few that I've used in the past. Is it Dark Pool Charts? I think it might be Cheddar Flow. Nope. Nope, this ain't it. Or it might be. I think you have to buy it from them, though. I cannot remember a good one. SM, you know what I will say is that we actually have our own system to look at this stuff. So I'll actually show you it really quick on the Discord. So like we actually have our own commands channels and stuff like this to find some really good plays. So like you can go to Golden Sweeps here, and it'll show you all the big plays over $1 million today. So like it shows me SPY. You know, there was some 368 calls being played today. You know, with a big premium, a big order came through. 4,952 contracts at 210. It's pretty big, and it shows you everything right on the dot. So we have this stuff where we can go ahead and look at golden sweeps in here. We can go to the commands tab, which I know Simp uses a lot, and a lot of people use. So like, let's say we want to see one of the popular stocks you guys are talking about today, Tesla, for example. We'll do /flow. You can just click this, ticker, Tesla, pick Tesla. Now we can do premium. And now you can have like a certain size you want, so like 500. Okay. So it'll show me every position today taken on Tesla over 500K. And this is all included with stat modeling. You get all this stuff included. All these extra tabs here are included with statistical modeling as well. But look, it shows you with all the big stuff with Tesla over the past, you know, however long. So you can see it's showing you. So here's all the expiration dates, all the strikes, and these are all the big plays with Tesla. It might get a little bit confusing because sometimes you have to look at those strike. You have to look at the expiration dates sometimes. You know, like if you're looking at like positions for January 17th of 2025, you know, sure, that might be bullish, but like you have to be a little bit more careful with that one. You know, that one is, you know, like for example, that could be an institution doing some type of spread for the longer term. Like sometimes you have to look at these positions very carefully when you're doing this. But when you look at the shorter term positions, like for example, the stuff expiring September 23rd, like look at this, 10:05 a.m. September 23rd, 295 strike. There was $1.42 million put into these puts right here. Like that is a big position, guys. Big position. Now I know Tesla's a big stock, so there's constantly big positions being opened on it. But I just want to mention that because it's pretty good to be able to see that. Maybe give you some good confidence, like on a play to the downside. Like if you see something that you guys are looking for, like if you guys see Tesla already falling, or for example, like in this case, Boeing. Like Boeing's dying off today. Maybe you go to, you know, your commands tab, you do /flow. You do the ticker again, you do BA. Go to the premium. Now, BA is not as popular. You might have to do like 250K on that one. So see, there isn't even any on BA with 250K. So /flow, ticker, Boeing, premium. Let's do 100K. So there we go. So on Boeing, you can see there's a few $100,000 positions, mostly taken on puts, and it's on things like for January 2023, October 7th, 2022. None of them are really short term. The October 7th one is pretty short, but yeah, you can tell though how it's pretty crazy. And there's not too, it tells you also the volume and open interest on the one that you're specifically looking at too. So I thought it's very cool. I really like going and looking at that stuff. I think it's very helpful, and that's what I use to look at order flow and stuff like that, SM. As far as a free website, though, I'm not too certain, actually. Xbox says, I thought you would have liked it. Sean says, coffee and beer both have water in it. There we go, Sean. That is hilarious. I think, you know, you hit it on the head. They both do. They definitely do, Sean. That's actually really got me laughing now. Coffee and beer. Oh. I'm actually not allowed to drink anymore, Sean. No more drinking. Not that I did anything bad or anything necessarily, but trying not to do it as much anymore. It's pretty rough. Seth Query says banks aren't looking very strong right now. Uh-oh, are they not? Let's go see JP Morgan. Damn, that is down a lot. Wow, that is a big drop. Definitely not what you want to see there. Wow. How are retailers like Walmart, Costco? Yeah, falling back off still. JP Morgan. Let's see. Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, JPM, of course. Those are some terrible moves down, guys. Scary. That is scary to see. Let's see how the dollar or DXY is moving today. The dollar index. Dang, still flying up. How is that still rising? TNX is still flying up too. The yields. When are these things going to slow down, guys? It's got to slow down at some point. Like, come on. That's insane. Let's see, AAL. Yeah, let me know what stocks you guys are watching, though. We'll go ahead and look at those plays like that. Xbox says, go coffee. Hell yeah. Let's see how good old Starbucks is doing talking about coffee. I know they've actually had some pretty bad drops this week. Yeah, pretty bad moves back down. This is going to give me a good opportunity to get into Starbucks for the longer term, guys. I've been wanting to get some Starbucks for a long time, and I feel like getting this stock will be really beneficial for us over the next couple weeks. So eye it up. I think it'll be pretty big to play. Good old Starbucks. That was a terrible drop this week, though. I saw they had some good news like a couple weeks ago, like last week. They had some decent news. Mike and myself talked about it in the nightly videos. We actually talked about they're going to be doing a lot of stuff to save time, or cut down, I guess, on the time it takes to make certain coffees and stuff, which should, make the lines go quicker, stuff like that, in turn get more sales. I know that the lines at Starbucks are terrible. Sometimes it pisses me off, honestly, the lines. They're usually pretty quick, though. I'll give them that. They're usually pretty quick lines, but still, lines nonetheless that I don't want. Jack says, wait, is Starbucks going back up? Not right now, but it probably will be at some point, Jack, and I'm going to be averaging in on this dip here, that's for sure. I don't know how low we're going to get, but I think it could get pretty low. SM says they bought some Apple calls. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I hope it goes well for you. I will say I'm not too bullish on Apple myself, but I hope it goes well for you, SM. I'm more bearish than bullish, but hopefully today it looks like it hit maybe a good intraday low down here at like 149. Maybe we can hold up above 150 again. That'd be really nice. Hope that can happen. Drake says, market slowly moving up. Time to sell profits. I don't know. Probably not yet. I mean, if you're playing it up right now, that'd be pretty scary. You probably aren't up too much yet. You're playing it up. Oh, I had to yawn again, Keisha. Got to take some more breaths here. Else I'm going to pass out. Seth says, how far do you think Nvidia could drop long term? Do you think it's even worth buying in at the current level? Ooh, unfortunately, I don't think so, Seth. I think that it'll end up dropping quite a bit more here. What I will say is that we're like right on big support here. Nvidia has a huge support here, right at 116.67. So I think that support on Nvidia might end up holding up. I don't think it will, though, but what I will say about this, Seth, is that Nvidia has been extremely overvalued for a little while now. So it's not overly surprising, in my opinion, if they do end up falling down. It's one of my favorite stocks, though, to get into as it starts to drop. Great question, though, because look at this crazy movement. If Nvidia gets back down to like $80, I'll be going crazy for shares, but We're going to have to see what happens here. If this falls down to 80, we are going to have some goddamn issues in the short term. So I hope that we hold up here, but it's looking pretty scary in my eyes. Definitely not what I necessarily want to see. Definitely not. I think, in my opinion, it could go lower, but I love the company. So don't think that I'm hating on NVIDIA, because I love them. It is one of my favorite stocks in the market by far. Like, far, far, far. I really like it for the long term, as long as we can get in at the right price. Drake says, I'm playing it down. There we go. Okay. That makes sense. So, yeah, I would say maybe sell some of your profits, but I still think we could go lower, honestly. So, I still feel like we could go lower, Drake. I guess it just depends what you're playing, too. Hopefully SPY continues lower for us, though. We're having some major breaks below support. Keisha says, it wouldn't be scary if you were in J&J. Oh, come on, Keisha. Oh, it came all the way back. Look at that. Oh. Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't be too scary if you were in this. Honestly, this one's been kind of dipping too, though. Really dipping down. She said it wouldn't be scary to be in calls right now. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not, Keisha. Looking good. I think a big break up through like 168 could be pretty good. Huh. Keisha actually is like a pretty good breakout play, potentially. Man, it happened again. I need to take some more breaths. How does that keep happening, Keisha? Like I said, sometimes it'll be like 4, 5, 6 times. I think just from talking too much, like you said. Jack B says SPX is popping off. SPXS, that means. Wow, 4.8%. What a big jump. Look at SPXS on the daily getting higher. Dang, this is amazing moves here, guys. What a big gap up, and then continuation once the market opened too. We'll take it. Looking hot on SPXS. That is huge. Keisha says she jumped in J&J calls this morning. Really nice, Keisha. That's great. You're probably killing it right there. That's awesome to see. Nice. Wow. Killing it, Keisha. It's almost time for more W's, isn't it? Haha. Hopefully you're getting some nice gains on that play. I will say today, guys, I only have 3 stocks now into the green here. It's McDonald's, LI, Fubo, and SOXS. Everything else is falling off to the downside, and I'm actually going to take SOXS off of my watch list because it's just another ETF to the downside, kind of like how SPXS is. That one's moving quite well too, 5%. Wow. Alrighty. Keisha says, yeah, just remember to taking deep breaths, hold for 7 to 10 seconds, and slowly release. Yeah, she's up 350% on J&J. Keisha, you must have been getting some calls that expire today. Holy crap, I'm glad you're up. I'd sell soon probably if I were you, but Wow. Yeah, I'd sell pretty soon personally, but what a move, Keisha. That's awesome. Amazing. Amazing, amazing pot. Wow. That's crazy to hear. Yeah, they expire today, that's for sure. John Smith says, I need more monitors. Yeah, I feel you, John. I feel you. More monitors are better. If you need any help, John, just let me know. I can help you pick some out if you need some good ones. I love computer stuff and eyeing up stuff like that. I'm always looking at computer equipment and everything. My computer is a beast. I'll say that. I will say my monitors. I only have two of them, but I don't think you really need much more than two. But yeah, Jack says, how many do you have? Yeah, I have two monitors myself. I could have a lot more. I really don't find them overly helpful. I mean, it is helpful. Two at least is helpful, but for stock trading and stuff, you don't really need like three or four. I find like just clicking through tabs and stuff like that is easily just as good. And for example, if you get like a 4K monitor, you can also have like a lot of real estate on that 4K screen. Like that 4K stuff, it's weird because like it has so much more pixels on the screen, so you can actually do like a lot of like for example, I could have like 8 charts on there and it looks crazy, like still crazy good. Like it's not just like a ton of small charts, like it's still decent looking stuff. Head Splinter says three is perfect. Yeah, three'd probably be good. Just depends on your desk setup and everything and all that. But my specs are really good. So here we go. I have a so my graphics card, which is the thing everybody probably cares about the most, is the RTX 3080, of course. RTX 3080. I bought it a couple years ago. I think it was like $2,500 at the time. I bought it right at the bad time, of course. So definitely not good there. But yeah, RTX 3080. Then I've got I believe my processor is an i9 10940X is what I think it is. i9 10940X. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an i9 10940X. So it's not it's not the gaming one, which would be like I think a 10920 or something K, or 10900K I think was the one at the time. I got the 10940X, which has a lot more cores, I believe, and then it also has better, like for example, like it'll be better for like multitasking. So it has a bigger cache, I believe. I think it does more with I think it does more as far as like having like the extra monitors and more things open like Thinkorswim and stuff. I think it's better as far as that goes. Seth says M2 or regular SSD. I actually have M2 is what it is. I have an M2 and a regular, Seth. I have a couple of those. Jack B says, bruh, I got my 3080 Ti for 1K. No way. No, you didn't. Maybe $1,000 of some other currency, Jack. No way you got that for 1K. If you did, you might have got like a cheap knockoff or something. 3080 Ti. What? No way. I'm seeing those things go for like 2K right now. No way you got that for that. Maybe you did. I don't know. Maybe you did. Huh. I am seeing some for like 975. I don't know. Maybe you did. I thought these prices were way higher on the TI. Hang on, let me add up my computer now. And I gotta like I gotta like rethink about all this. I will say, you know, maybe on my computer, I think that my 64 gigabyte Corsair Dominator RAM that changes colors is probably a big deal too. That costs a lot. I know there's a lot of stuff in my computer that costs a lot, but I also, like I said, I bought this at like the wrong time. Like it was like the very beginning of 2021, like right after the pandemic, like right whenever all the big chip shortages were going on is when I bought it. So I think at the time, keep in mind the 3080 had like just came out when I got it too. So the 3080 at the time was, I think, like 12 to 1500 probably. I'm not sure exactly, but like $1,200 to $1,500 for the graphics card. Then the CPU at the time was like also like 1,200. So you know, you're adding it up there pretty good. Yeah, you got lucky on Newegg, he says. Wow, that's cool. That's awesome. Mike Chang says, does Keisha use the bot? No, she doesn't, Mike. She does not use the bot. She just finds her own day trades and just trades that momentum there. Seth says, game changer, LOL. Yeah, Jack, I thought that would have been more. Crazy lucky, though. Did you get it on, like, one of those Newegg lottery things that they do? Head Splinter says the 4090 is insanely fast. Let's see. RTX. How much is that costing nowadays? Or when does it come out? Oh. It needs a support stick to hold it up in the computer. That's funny. Oh my god, look how thick that thing looks. Oh my gosh, guys. What the hell? What is that? That is a thick graphics card. What? Wow, that is something else, guys. You gotta buy this Galaxy thing to hold it up? Holy jeez. Jeez, that is insane, guys. Wow. Let's see, do they have like a chart showing how they... Here we go, nice, they have a chart. What I'm finding here is it's interesting to me how... It's interesting to me how the base clock and the boost clock are so high. How are those things getting 2.6 gigahertz? Oh my gosh. Wow, good thing my power supply is like 1200 watts. Oh my gosh. That must be bringing in some insane stuff. Yeah, look at that. Minimum PSU requirement. What in the world, guys? What the... Yeah, that is a lot. Look at that. 850 watts. Yeah, Head Splinters hit it right on the head. Takes so much power. Yeah, I agree. Wow. They're saying $1,600 for the 4090. Wow. That's not too bad. I mean, considering the prices of some of these things, I mean, why is it coming in at less of a price though? Is it worse? Is the 4090 worse than the 3090? Like that base clock is nuts though. Wow, that is an insane clock. And 24 gigabytes of GDR6, GDDR6X. I remember when GDR5 came out, so I must be old. Man, you guys are gonna laugh at me when you see my first graphics card, okay? This is my first graphics card I ever had, okay? Radeon, 250, 30. 34 it was. 3480, I think it was. 3480? Is that possible? HD 3450, maybe it was. Yeah, guys, this was my first. Oh, this is my first graphics card. Oh man, guys. Oh. Oh. Yeah, this was my very first graphics card, guys. Oh, yes. This was it. Oh man, that is hilarious. This is the exact one, the Sapphire, too. Yeah, HD 3450. That was the one, guys. Wow. This was my very first one when I was in like the 7th or the 8th grade. We bought a CyberPower PC. If you guys have heard of that company, CyberPower, bought that on like Christmas or something like that. Yeah, bought the CyberPower like on Christmas time, and they had like or no, it was New Year's. They had a special New Year's special going on. Sold for like, I think it was like 500 to 800 bucks or something. Man, I remember when I got it in, I was walking home from school that day. I was seriously walking home from school, and I saw the UPS truck pass me. All right, the UPS truck drove past me while I was walking home, and I threw my backpack off into the neighbor's yard and sprinted straight home because I knew that truck was going to my house, and I had to sign for it. If nobody was there, they would have left. So I started running, and as the truck was coming back, I like flagged him down, and I was like, "Hey, can you go back?" I was like, I'll run right there. I just ran here, and good thing he went back, cause man, I opened that computer, and that was like a game-changing day of my life. That sounds funny, but when I opened up that computer in like the 7th grade and booted it up and downloaded RuneScape and started playing for the first time, it was something else. I could not believe it. Yeah, Seth says no fan, just heat sinks, lol. Head Splinter says 4090 is 2 to 4 times faster than the 3090. Wow, that is huge if it's that much quicker. Let's go look at Nvidia stock again. 2 to 4 times faster, but yeah, I figured I'd show you guys that. I figured you'd get a kick out of that. That is funny. So yeah, HD 3450. Then I upgraded that to a 38 something, I think. 3850 maybe? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I upgraded to a 3850, but it was a better looking 3850 than this. Like a black 3850. It had like a black heat sink or like a black fan on it. Maybe it wasn't 3850. Maybe we upgraded to a 4000. 4? Oh, 4850. 4850? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is the one, guys. This is it. It was like a 4850 we upgraded to eventually. Or no, yeah, 4850. Then I remember I got the, I also got the AMD FX 8350 processor as well. And I upgraded this, and it was my first better processor. I remember I bought it at the time, and I was so happy I bought this. I was like, yes, AMD FX. I was like, 8 cores, let's go. I thought I was gonna, like, at the time, I was playing, like, DayZ a lot, and I thought that I would jump up so much in performance. I was like, yes, let's go. I can finally play DayZ. Yes, come on. And I put it in there, and the game still sucked. Apparently, this processor, it was better, but DayZ apparently was just too powerful of a game, even for that. But that is funny. Mike Chang says, I'm still using a Microsoft Surface Pro 3, LOL. Microsoft Surface Pro 3, let's see. Oh, wow, that's not too bad. What the? 64 gigabytes? Oh, only 4 gigs of RAM. They meant 64 gigs of just memory. Wow, that's not good. It's alright though, Mike. Hey, you use what you can, you know? Just use what you can. As long as it pulls up the charts, you'll be fine. I respect the laptop game. Seth says, that was my first one. LOL. H1Z1 days. That's funny. Head Splinter says, are you more of an A&D person? No, I'm actually not, Head Splinter. I used to be more A&D back in the day. Now I'm just straight Intel, Nvidia. I'm just gonna stick with those ones. If A&D truly comes out with something that is like, you know, truly like far and beyond over the Intel one, I'll get it. But, you know, for right now, people have their arguments for both sides. But if you like compare them side by side, they're usually very close when you're looking at FPS on games. Especially when you look at FPS on games. Like if you throw the 3090 Ti into some builds with the best AMDs and the best Intels and stuff, they're usually fairly close. And then the benchmarks are usually close too. Let's go check it out actually. FPS test. Is that what it is? Here we go. Whoa. That's not what I meant. How many FPS.com? I think this might be it. So like let's say we'll do a tough game here. Tough to run game. Where's Escape from Tarkov? They don't have Tarkov on here? Now I'm upset. Oh, there it is. Alright. So let's just say you have an i9 12900K. Your resolution, we'll just do 1440p. That's what I usually play at. We'll do it with the 30... I guess you have to do 3090. Do they even have that on here? There we go. 3090 Ti. Graphics settings, ultra. Processor. Okay. And we'll put it up against the Ryzen 9. So let's calculate the FPS. Watch it make me like buy it. You'll receive 139 FPS there. Now let's run it with the Ryzen 9 5900X. 131, and with the 12900K, we were looking at 139. Maybe I'm not using the best Ryzen. Let's see. Ryzen 9. I thought there was a 6900. Or is it HX is the good one? Huh, it won't even calculate that one. That's funny. But, you know, they're all really close. I think if you're buying AMD or Intel nowadays, I think it's almost like arguing like Ford trucks are better than Chevy trucks. You know, I feel like that's kind of like where we've gotten with the argument. Like what's better, Ford or, you know, like what's better, the F-150 or the Silverado, or what's better, the Camaro or the Mustang? Like it's like, you know, they're both great cars. Mike Chang says, I bought myself a Predator 17 and my kids took it and never let me have it back. LOL. Ha, that's funny, Mike. I would have done the same thing if I was your kid, too. Oh, But I appreciate you guys joining up today. I feel like it's been a pretty good day in the markets. Stocks have been pretty flat today, I'll say that. But we have found some pretty good moves, especially in that energy sector to the downside. We saw a lot of stuff running down, but I appreciate you guys joining up all week. And again, sorry for those technical difficulties yesterday. I feel like that that was a bad thing to have happen. So sorry about that. We will be live, of course, every other day. As you know, I was even live when I was sick. So I try to go live as much as I can unless something weird goes on. But I appreciate you guys, seriously. Let's go ahead and kill it next week. I'll be live first thing Monday morning, so be ready for that. Maybe we can catch some good runners there. But as always, I'll be in the Discord, and don't forget to post your profits in the profit section if you get any. Keisha, if you have any nice profits on J&J or anything, post them up. We'd be interested to see. So have a great weekend, guys. Thank you, Mike, Seth, Headsplinter, Keisha, Xbox, Jacob, John Smith, Ant85, Bill W, George, Sean Cornish, of course. Appreciate all of you guys, as always. So, Headsplinter says, you're doing lives every other day now? Nope, I'll be live every day, Headsplinter. Yesterday was the first day I missed the live in quite a while. I went live yesterday, Headsplinter, but I went for, I was only live for about 10 minutes or so. Got some bad difficulties. My damn computer froze in the background, had to restart it, and ended up being a big to-do that would have messed up the stream in the middle of it. So sorry for that, guys. But yeah, I will be live though first thing Monday morning, and I'll be live all next week, Headsplinter. So be there or be square. But no, I appreciate it. Have a great weekend, guys. Seriously, let's keep killing it. Let's find some good stocks here. You know, that's the main thing. We got to find some good day trades. Hopefully next week we can finally see some good movement. I'm tired of all these big pre-market moves. I think that makes for a lot harder day trades, in my opinion, because I'd rather the move happen when the market's open. Like, come on. They always screw us over in pre-market. But have a good one, guys. See you next week.